Shalom, Israel, Rod of Iron family. This is Brother Matthias with another message of daily edification brought to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Akarkadash. All praises due. Peace and salutations to the elect and 1/3 out there, listening and learning. All right. The message this morning is something I heart to talk about charity, which in the Greek, and the reason it's written in Greek is because the Apostle Paul was speaking to the Hellenized northern kingdom throughout Greece, who was Hellenized into Greek culture, even though they were Israelites, northern kingdom Israelites. Charity in the Greek is translated as the word agape, which means goodwill, brotherly love, love between one another. And in this passage, you're going to see how important charity is amongst the Israelites. You know, it's like a car. You know, I don't care if it's a Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Lexus, or a Ford. It's one thing they all take, and that's oil. A car has to have oil to run, all right? Or the motor freezes up because there's friction. The parts grind together when you run out of oil. And then things start rubbing together, the temperature on the motor heats up, and it'll lock up on you. And you'll have to get another motor. All right. You don't, just knowing that you're Israel is not enough. Just knowing that you're an Israelite, that's not enough. Okay. Yes, we were woken up to this truth. That's good. That's real good. But we're supposed to build on that. Okay. Supposed to build on that. This is the Most High Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. They don't want us just waking up knowing that we're Israel. There's more to it than that. That's a good start. But if you've woken up to the fact that you're an Israelite, but you're still carrying on like a heathen, being an asshole, being mean to your Israelite brothers and sisters, all right, being sharp-tongued and inconsiderate, okay, then you might as well have remained a heathen. And I'm not saying that we don't get, we don't need rebuke from time to time and things like that. I'm not saying that, but there has to be love behind that rebuke. There has to be a concern that, you know, if you're rebuking somebody, you want the best for them. You know, you have to have a heart about it. And then there's some Israelites that are wicked, man. And your rebuke has to remain just that. A rebuke. We're called in the scriptures to rebuke them sharply that they may be sound in the faith. So there's some of them out there that just ain't gonna never get it. And they know that they're Israel. Okay? They're wicked. But I want to call your attention to the epistle, 1 Corinthians. All right. And going to hit chapter 13, starting at verse 1. Though I speak with tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. Now I'm going to substitute the word charity with love, because that's what the word means. Agape is Greek for love. Okay. And in the Greek language, there's three forms of love. You have phileo, eros, and agape. Agape is unconditional love. You just love. You love that person. You love them because they're from your nation. You know, you count them as a brother or a sister. You love them. That's why I say when I love you guys, I really mean that. It's agape. My brothers and sisters, I want the best for y'all. Y'all are my nation before anybody. Before anybody. Y'all are more important to me than anybody, except for Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And that mutual love that we share, they supersede all of us. They're greater than us. They're better than us. All right? The second is called phileo. That's brotherly love. That's where they get the word Philadelphia from. That's why it's called the city of brotherly love. That's a Greek word. Phileo, Philadelphia, phile, right? Then you got eros. That's where you get the word erotic. That's a lustful, sexual love only. Okay? That's where you get the word erotic. Like that old song by Prince, Erotic City. He derived that from the Greek word eros. Okay? It's a little education for y'all. So those are the three aspects of love in the Greek language. But today we're talking about agape. All right? Verse 2. And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not love, I am nothing. So this is letting you know that there are people out there, prophets, that can break down these scriptures, that can precept, that can bring a powerful word, that can do all of that, but they have no love in them. So they're just making noise. It's hard to receive anything from them because they're just out there being mean-spirited, okay? There's no compassion. There's no love. They're not doing it to look for the betterment of the nation. They're doing it, without charity. Verse 3, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Because you're doing it without love. All right? You're doing it without love. You're doing it to be seen. You're doing it to be noticed. You're doing it to be recognized. There's a lot of that in the concrete whorehouse called the churches. You've seen them if you've ever been in there. Like I say, y'all know how long I've been in there. I don't have to speak on it again. But you've seen the ones that go up there and say they're singing for the Lord and everything, and they grab the mic real slow and they close their eyes and they start singing and they got the tear running down their face. Nah, they not doing that for the Most High. They doing it because they in concert. Tell them at the last minute that somebody else is going to sing instead of them and watch how they act. That's when the nigga comes out. What do you mean? I got all dressed up for this. Well, I thought it was for the Lord. Go sit your ass down. You're tinkling brass and a sounding cymbal. You're not singing for Jesus, even though he's a low-down, dirty-ass, cracker-ass, fake-ass God. You wasn't singing for him either. You're singing for yourself. You're singing to be seen. All right? Verse 4. Charity or love suffers long and is kind. Charity doesn't envy. Charity doesn't vaunt itself. It's not puffed up. That's these people that got to be recognized for everything. They want prestige. They want they brag. They're braggadocious, okay? And they put themselves above other people, all right? And they're quick to throw the towel in when things don't go their way, all right? Verse 5, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. That's self-explanatory. Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in truth, okay? Bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. All right? That's pretty self-explanatory as well. To bear all things means that you never get to the point where you're destitute. You never get to the point where you want to quit or give up. All right? You take the punishments and the judgments that the Most High has on you, because he's doing it to build you. He's not doing it to break you. You take those things in stride and you bear all those things. You bear your cross daily. You believe all things. You believe all things that are holy and just and good, and you keep your mind and you govern yourself accordingly to those things. You hope all things. As long as you have hope, you'll never fall. Yeah, you might be out of a job, you might be low on money, you might be this, you might be that, but you have that hope. See, faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Just because you haven't obtained a certain thing or a certain place that you want to be in, you have that hope that in due season, the Most High Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are going to elevate you to that. So you endure all things, which is the end of that scripture. You endure it. You endure it no matter how long it takes, and you don't quit. All right. Verse 8. Love never fails, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. All right. That's a big one. It says love never fails. But it says that prophecies will fail. Whether they be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. Why? Verse 9, for we know in part, and we prophesy in part. None of us know everything. None of us. And if we're not humble enough to admit that, even us being so-called prophets, we have to always keep in mind that we don't know everything. I'm the first to step up. I don't know everything. If I'm wrong about something, I was wrong about it. Why? Because the scripture says we know in part. You know, roughly paraphrasing in the book of Isaiah, all day long you see people saying, a lot of these corner boy prophets, they'll get on you and say, hey, you know, the scripture says that in Isaiah that Yahweh Shai is going to come back and, you know, he's going to destroy all of those that eat swine's flesh. And, okay, you got to understand, right there, this is whether they be prophecies, they shall fail. All right? Yeah, Yahweh Shai is coming back. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whole lot of people that when he come back, they're going to get wiped out. But it ain't going to be because of what they ate. It's going to be because they denied him. That passage was written before Yahweh Shai came. All right. There are many prophets that never saw the day of the Most High when he came, and those mysteries were hidden from them, that Yahweh Shai was going to do away with the dietary law like he did. Okay. And Isaiah was a vegetarian. He didn't want you eating nothing that had to do with meat at all. So it's important to understand that. You know, you can go to Isaiah chapter 11 and read that. I mean, Isaiah didn't eat meat, man. So he basically kind of had a problem with anybody that ate meat. All right. So that's where that comes in at. All right. But it says, for we know in part and we prophesy in part. But charity never fails. When you put all of that aside, where's the love at? There's no love just because you can speak different tongues and different languages. All right. The scripture says that's going to cease. Knowledge, it's going to vanish away, because what you thought you knew, you really don't. So when you find out the truth about something that you thought you knew, then that which was in part that you didn't know before it was revealed to you, it's going to vanish away. Verse 10, but when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When we receive our spiritual bodies and our corruptible will put on incorruption, and Yahweh Shai comes back, then we're going to know everything. But not right now. So that's why we have to be careful. That's why if I'm ever wrong on something, I have no problem taking correction. I have no problem checking out some of the videos you guys send. And I can't watch all of them. You guys know that. But I do my best to watch what I can and to get back to you. And then thank you for sending it. And I'll tell you why I agree or I disagree with it. All right. Verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. And y'all know that's the law of Moses, right? The law of Moses was given to us because we were under 400 and some odd years of captivity to the Egyptians, aka Mitzrayim. All right. And when we came out of there, we learned some bad habits being under the Egyptians. All right. The Egyptians were known homosexuals. They were known idolaters. They did all kind of wicked, nasty, evil things. So when we came out of there, Yahweh, our Father, being the great Father that He is, He had to give us the laws, statutes, and commandments for us to learn how to be separate from these other nations. That's what the law was for. Because we were children. That's why in the Old Testament, you hear them they're called the children of Israel. We were in our infant stage when He found us. We were so fragile when we left Israel that He had to take us by the hand and put a chariot above to protect us. That's why when Pharaoh came chasing after the children of Israel, the Most High had to put a wall, a big flame wall of fire between us and them to keep them back all night. Because we weren't ready for war. We were children. He took us out of there. He took us away from Pharaoh Ramses and his goons. And then He parted the Red Sea, through the obedience of Moses. We crossed over on dry land, and He drowned Pharaoh's army, and they never rose again. The same way He said to this day. All right, because He's a loving Father. And when He got us to Mount Sinai, He brought Moses up. Okay, and with 5 scribes, they wrote the 10 commandments and all the laws and everything. Okay, so that's how that was established. That was established at that time to give us a guideline on how to conduct ourselves, and also how that we would remain sinless through the practice of animal sacrifice. That's what that was for. All right. Same as you would with a young child. If you're a mom or dad or both, and you have a little baby, and he's 5 or 6 years old, you're not going to leave him at home by himself. You're going to give him rules. Son, daughter, don't go in the kitchen. Don't be by the stove. The fire's hot. You could burn yourself. Don't stick your fingers in the sockets. Don't handle that knife. It's sharp. You could cut yourself. Don't run through the house. Things like that. Because you have to give a child instructions. But when that same kid reaches 20 years old, all you got to do is say, hey, I'll see you when I get back. He knows what to do. She knows what to do. You don't have to tell her to stay out of the kitchen. She knows how to cook now. You don't have to tell her to stay away from the sockets or not to stick a fork in it. She's fully grown. So when Yahushua came, He raised us up to standard. This is why the law of Moses has been done away with. It was for children. It was for us when we were in our infant stage. We're not that anymore. We're full grown. We don't need it anymore. I don't need you to tell me what to eat. I don't need you to tell me any of that. My job is to love the Most High and to love my nation, my people, my brothers, my sisters. That's what I need. That's what I need to do. Everything else is on me. We know what not to do. All right? And we know not to ask any stupid ass questions. I've had people ask me, oh, does that mean we can be gay? Can we eat a dog? Will you please grow the hell up, man? No, you can't be a faggot, all right? I'm sorry. If that's what's in your spirit, then you're not an Israelite, period. Or you're an Israelite that needs to be, you're going to get put to death if that's what's in your spirit. You are not woke. If you even got to ask a dumbass question like that. Well, isn't that in the law? Okay, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed before the law, dumbass. Faggotry has never been in the program, all right? I don't even like discussing it. It's disgusting, all right? And can you eat a dog? Well, it's not going to affect your salvation. But if you want to have some barbecue dog asshole, then be my guest, all right? And put some ketchup on it, all right? That's what I'm saying. You got to be full grown, okay? You can't ask stupid ass questions like that, okay? All right, moving right along. Let's go to verse 12. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity. That's where we at now. Faith, hope, charity. That's the law of liberty. Faith, hope, charity. These three, but the greatest of these is charity, love. We got to have love for one another, all right? That's what's important now. As a nation, no more judging each other and all of that. That's done with. And this is a problem that the corner boys have, okay? Let me get a little scripture for that. Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law and the prophets, all right? Everything encompassed because we're full grown now. We put away childish things. We put away the law. We put away judging each other. Oh, she's wearing pants. Oh, she pressed her hair out. Oh, she's got this. Oh, look, man. Look, no. Stop. All right? Just stop it. Matthew chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? This is what Yahweh said in verse 37. Yahweh said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. Matthew 22 and 39. The second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Matthew 22 and 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. Okay? That's what he means. The whole law and the prophets. Okay? That's all you got to do, all right? So what about the Sabbath? What about it? Do we have to keep it? Every day's the Sabbath now. Oh, I know I'm going to get some shit about that. Hey, did you hear what he said? He said every day's the Sabbath. You got to go from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday. Well, if you want to do that, brother, you do that. Do it. All right? Make bologna sandwiches. I don't give a shit. Do it. Okay? I'm not going to argue with you anymore. I'm not going to do it. If I want to have steak and eggs in the morning on the Sabbath, if what you call the Sabbath, then I'll do that. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm full grown. You got to put away those childish things. Who are you to judge another man's servant? But I'm going to tell you where y'all get that from. You get that from the corner boys. See, the Most High played a real cruel trick, man, on the Pharisees of the ancient world, man. And shout out to my Northern Kingdom brother Daniel Israel. I'm finna piggyback off of you. He brought he cracked my head open with this, man. I kid you not. If you're on Facebook, then y'all need to check him out. Northern Kingdom brother under the law of liberty, putting it down for the kingdom every day, all day. All right. I got this from him. I mean, he really tweaked my eyeballs open on this. The Most High did a real cold piece for the Pharisees in the ancient world, man. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. This is Matthew chapter 23, verse 37. It says, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, and stonest them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathereth her chickens under her wings, and ye would not. Verse 38, behold, your house is left unto you desolate. Verse 39, here's the meat. Here's the meat. All right. For I say unto you, and he talking to the Pharisees, he says, you shall not see me henceforth, till you shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. Now, let me explain that. I'm going to show you how cold Yahweh is, man. The Pharisees rejected him in the ancient world. They're the ones that got him put to death. under the Roman Empire. They're the ones that brought the trumped up charges on him. They denied him on every turn. They followed him around. They tried to catch him up in his words. They talked shit about him. They tried to make him look bad to the people. They were always trying to find a way to try to derail his ministry. And this is the Son of the Most High. That's why he said right here, in verse 37, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets and stonest them which are sent unto thee. He was talking to the Pharisees. All right. Now look what he did. He said, for I say unto you, you shall not see me. Meaning that after I die and I rise again, all you Pharisees that rejected me now, you're going to die and you're going to go to sleep. And then you're going to wake up in the regeneration, which is right now. And then at the appointed time, you're going to be awakened. And I'm going to use y'all, okay, to wake up our people with your bullshit. That's what they're doing. That's the corner boys. Because what are they preaching? They're preaching the law. They're preaching the 613 laws, the same shit they was doing over 2,000 years ago. Those same spirits are here right now, revived. And they're back. And what are they doing? He used them to wake up our people because they're the ones that like arguing and going hard at people and cussing them out and everything. He did that to wake them up. He needed that. And then what did he do? He put his name, the name of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, in their mouth to teach us that. While at the same time, he's got them preaching the law of Moses, all right, which is going to get their ass executed when he come back. So look what he said. For I say unto you, you will not see me henceforth until you shall say, blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord. So now the same Yahweh Shai that they fought against and tracked and tried to derail in the ancient world, now they're calling on his name while preaching the law of Moses that's going to get them condemned. That's some cold ass shit. Woo! Man. Oh my God, I'm still tripping off of that, man. And these dudes, these cats are loveless, all right? They have no love. They have no charity. They're like a tinkling brass or a sounding cymbal, right? They're doing everything that we're not supposed to be doing. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Don't do this. Don't do that. But now that the law of liberty is being pushed, their bullshit is being exposed, all right? And people are not listening to them. And the 1/3 are starting to break away from the 2/3, which is what they are. This is why in Matthew chapter 7, verse 21, I believe, roughly paraphrasing, he said, let me go there. Let me go there. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. Let me hit it real quick. Starting at verse 21. It says, Salat 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. What is the will of the Father? To listen to the Son, pursuant to Luke 9:35. Verse 22. Many will say unto me in that day, many, did y'all hear that? Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? Who is that? It's the Pharisees. And in thy name have cast out devils. Ain't they cussing white people out on the corners and all of that? Calling them the devil. All right. And in thy name done many wonderful works. Yeah, that's the cruel trick though. Verse 23. Here's the meat. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Those are the Pharisees, the modern day Pharisees right now still preaching that law of Moses bullshit. All right. They still doing it because they're locked into it. They can't let it go no matter what you tell them. But yet they're upholding the law. They're upholding the name of Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai said that you give me praise with your mouth, but your hearts are far from me. Roughly paraphrasing. No love. No love. They put down our women. They've talked shit about our women, you know. They made a lot of our women feel bad. Okay. Now, there are some wicked women in Israel. I ain't backing up off of that. But it's not all of them. Okay. So, yeah, some of them need to get bopped on, but it's not all. The ones that are in order, that are trying to learn this and be spiritual, then that's not supposed to be put into their lap. All right. You're supposed to make a separation with that. And these guys, a lot of them have lumped them all together and made them feel less than. And there's no love in that. That's the passage, chapter 13. Without charity, you're like a tinkling brass or a sounding cymbal. You just making noise. All right? So, we got to keep the love. We got to. We got to keep the love. That's the oil of our nation. We have to love one another. All right? So, I believe that I've given you everything I can out of this passage with the precepts. Line up online. Here a little, there a little. And I pray that you were edified. R.O.I, I love y'all dearly. All right? And it's time for me to get up from here and go and do master's bidding for right now, because I'm still in captivity like y'all. So prepare for the next message quickly. All right? Because another one's coming right after this. So prepare your minds and hearts. All right? Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All praises due. Peace and salutations to you out there. All right? Till next time, Matthias is out. Shalom.